While Israel's attacks on Lebanon are putting the ceasefire under pressure, Iran's Revolutionary Guard has warned Israel will regret it if it doesn't stop the attacks. The Speaker of Parliament has accused the U.S. of violating 3 terms of the ceasefire. Let's bring in Tauhid Asadi, who's in Tehran for us. So, Tauhid, Iran already warning of ceasefire violations. Are IRGC commanders pushing for retaliation?
Yes, actually, this is part of the rhetoric that we hear from IRGC. They are warning against the repercussions of any continued airstrike, and obviously they are also referring to the attacks on the Lebanese front. Earlier, we heard from the Iranian side that the ceasefire agreement includes all the fronts across the region, including Lebanese one, and right now the Iranian side is interpreting the continued airstrikes by the Israelis on the Lebanese territories as a case of breach of the ceasefire agreement. It is also added that we know yesterday we know that in at least 2 cases in Lavan Island, attacks are reported. Also in the Fars province located in the central areas of Iran, a drone was said to be downed, and Iran all in all is interpreting these cases as a breach. But speaking of the Strait of Hormuz, which is important at this point, IRGC has given out a map in which there are new directions for as ship routes for anyone who tries to approach. Also, they're saying that there is no green light for the ships and vessels belonging to the adversaries to pass through this strait, and that is obviously in line with the previous statements that we hear from the country that they are opening it to everyone but closing it to adversaries. Also, we heard it from the Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian in his phone conversation with the French counterpart to say that this is not us but the wartime situation that has resulted in the closure of the strait.
Despite the threats, Tauhid, to the ceasefire, an Iranian delegation, I understand, is headed to Islamabad. What more can you tell us about this?
Previously, we've got it from the Iranian ambassador to Pakistan on his X account to talk about the arrival of Iranian delegation to Islamabad tonight, but later the post was deleted, and we are still waiting for the confirmation from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other related bodies on the details, who is going to be there, who is going to be leading the delegation, and what are the nature of the talks. The discussions are all vague at this point. We don't have any official details in that regard. The Iranian side is saying that the 10-point proposal provided by Tehran to the United States with the mediation of Islamabad is going to be the basis of the negotiations there. And obviously, we know that the situation is impacted by the brittle and fragile nature of the circumstances regarding the ceasefire agreement. Whether or not it's going to be continued for the hours down the road remains to be seen, but still we know that contextually speaking, there is this key element of lack of trust when it comes to Iranian side. The army spokesperson came out with the same thing, stating that while we are engaged in negotiations, there is this lack of trust, and we are ready for any sort of scenario, including another round of confrontation.
Tauhid Asadi in Tehran, thank you very much for the updates.